You're watching NFL Daily, and today's show is brought to you by Manscape. Go to manscaped.com/chat. We're going to be able to save 20% off and get free shipping. If you're a man out there trying to make sure that you look as best as you possibly can, there's not a company that's going to help you do that more than Manscaped. It'll be in the link and the comments and in the description below. So now we're going to get into our live Q&A, which means you got to use hashtag NFL, or you can super chat like Jackson Wicket, which is maybe like 3 straight weeks for Jackson. So shout out to you. Ravens trade Jimmy Smith, a second-round pick, for Joe Thuney. What do you think, Tom?
I think it's a good offer for Thuney. I'm not sure the Patriots would really value Jimmy Smith that much, but the Ravens kind of have a glut of cornerbacks. I actually think the Patriots would say yes if they want to move Thuney. I think a second-round pick is proper value for him, plus you get at least a great backup corner. I'm actually not sure it makes enough sense for the Ravens. Yeah, guard's a need. You're going to be throwing big-time money at Thuney, and you got to throw big-time money at Humphrey and Lamar and Ronnie Stanley, too. It just might be a little bit too much on their ball. They can make it work, but I think they might prefer to keep those picks and remember that they can have that cheap young talent they're going to have to roll in.
Gerard Bird, next question here on NFL Daily. Should the Saints just move on from Taysom Hill and trade him to the Jets for Jamal Adams in a first or second round pick? Go.
So I think you mean that the Jets also get a first or second round pick, not that you're trading Jamal and a first for Taysom Hill. I think you just put them in the wrong order, because otherwise what are we doing? But the Jets are still not going to do this. Like, what role does Taysom Hill play on the Jets? Gadget quarterback?
The Tim Tebow role.
The Tim Tebow role. What Tim Tebow should have been. Like,
exactly.
That role isn't worth a third-round pick for this Jets team. Like, so I don't think that they have any interest in doing that.
Let's go to the next question now. We got Chris Ayers. Who starts more games, Nick Foles or Trubisky? So if you're a Bears fan, go check out our channel, youtube.com/BearsNow. So, Chris, what do you think?
Trick question, they both play 8.
They both play 8.
No,
I think it's Foles.
I think it's Foles, too. I think that they try to give Trubisky a chance, and he just doesn't fare very well. And then at that point, they make the move over, and they give in full control to Foles, and he ends up starting just a little bit more of those games. David
Vielma, deadline trade, A.J. Green to the Niners. This is a pretty good question, and honestly, I think it makes a lot of sense. I mean, A.J. Green popped up a lot during the trade deadline last year. If, let's just say, the Deebo Samuel injury kind of lingers,
or if no one emerges in his absence.
That's very true as well. Yeah, I think the 49ers could actually be an interesting team to trade for A.J. Green, but even before the deadline.
If they don't extend him,
correct,
before this deadline, this franchise tag deadline
he's going to make, what, like 17.9, I think is what it is?
And at that point, come trade deadline time, it'd be a little bit more palatable for the Niners. The money is a factor there because you pay most of that salary out because it's a franchise tag. That could be a problem. But if the Bengals are like, okay, we can move on from A.J. Green, trade deadline on the franchise tag does make some sense.
Also, I know a lot of 49ers fans, they say this, bang, bang, Niner gang. A little weird? Well, how about this? If you want to join our Noti gang, you can do that. So subscribe and click the notification bell. Why would you do that? Well, that way you can get videos sent right to your phone as quick as possible, either when we go live or when we drop a video. So how exactly do you do it? It's easy, I promise. So you got to go to your settings app. Once you go to your settings app, it'll look literally like the icon you see on screen. You're going to scroll on down, tap YouTube. Then I want you to tap notifications and then turn on allow notifications. So basically, it'll be like when you get a text message to your phone, it'll pop up just like you see on my screen. That way you never miss a video here at Chat Sports. Let's go to Mason Roy now, Mason Roy. Any free agents the Vikings can go after with $12 million in cap space? I was hearing a lot of rumors about Desmond King and
so King and
Riley
Reif. King was mentioned with Reif as part of like an ESPN trade idea, so there isn't a whole lot of truth to it. Just kind of more having fun speculation there. I think for Minnesota, because you're aware you're going to have to pay some players down the road, they might prefer to keep that in the bank and then roll it over next year, especially with uncertainty around the future salary cap. So Desmond King would be a great pickup for Minnesota because he wouldn't be that expensive. That would be a great move for them. I just think they might choose to end up kind of waiting a little bit longer and sticking with that money and trying to see how these young corners grow. Now, maybe they go after an edge guy. Okay. Maybe Everson Griffin comes back if he signs cheap. But I think Minnesota might be more willing just to stand pat at the current moment.
Ante Petrus with the next question here on NFL Daily. Make sure you're using hashtag NFL. I'm seeing our numbers. They're starting to climb. If you want to get on the show, make sure you super chat. This is a mock trade for me, for my Seattle Seahawks. Seahawks trade Trey Flowers and Ethan Posick to the Eagles for Sidney Jones and a second-round pick.
So trading a Jones-Flowers swap can kind of make some sense. Posick makes some sense for Philadelphia, but not the second-round pick.
Yeah.
There's no way Philadelphia is going to be like, yeah, these two corners that are fairly close. Jones has battled injury issues. We'll take him before Flowers. Flowers maybe a little bit better potentially. Yeah, we'll call that even, and then we'll take your crappy offensive lineman who's barely played in the NFL, who was a second-round pick, and give you a second back. There's no way. Posick's maybe worth a mid to late day 3 selection. So the players involved make some sense for all parties, but the second-round value is way too high for the Eagles to be giving up.
Let's go to David Vielma. Appreciate the $5 super chat. Do you think Kyle plays Jennings the way the Saints play Hill?
No. Now, I know you mean Jawan Jennings. I know Jawan Jennings was a high school quarterback and did all of that, but Taysom Hill was a college quarterback. Jawan Jennings is a 7th-round pick. His goal is going to be to learn the offense as a receiver. He's not going to be involved as a wildcat quarterback. Now, you might use him on special teams.
Yep.
He's a bigger guy. You could give him some slot reps. I think big slot is his best role, which slot and inline and tight end, if it's not inline, can kind of be fairly similar. But they're not going to have Jennings be this like special teams up gunner, not like the outside guy, but like the up back and get quarterback reps. That's not what they're going to do. They're going to run the football as they always do. Jimmy G is going to be the quarterback. They're not going to build that, even just the package thing. That's just not going to happen, I don't believe.
Tom, do you hear that?
Yeah.
Sounds like my balls are thanking me a little bit. You hear that? Yeah, balls are thanking me? No? You can get 20% off. Your balls will thank you at manscape.com/chat. Where you're going to be able to save 20% off and get free shipping. The reason why my balls were thanking me is because the Lawnmower 3.0, it is the best male grooming machine out there. I mean, it is called the Lawnmower because this thing is literally a machine. And I don't know about you, my dad, he just got a new riding mower. Well, if you use the Lawnmower 3.0, she's going to ride you like a mower. So go to manscape.com/chat. It'll be in the comments. It'll be in the description. It's rechargeable. It's waterproof. And I promise you, I use it all the time. It's great. 20% off and free shipping.
I think we found the line.
What?
I think we found the line right there.
You think so?
I think we did.
Well, here's the line. I'm going to cross it because this
also,
product is that good.
I have a push mower. Okay, so can you make a joke for me on that one?
No. Sorry,
okay,
Tom.
That's fair. I put you on the spot. It's fine.
Manscape.com/chat. 20% off plus free shipping. Your balls. You hear that? Let's go to Ida Boss. What's up, man? Assuming the offseason workouts pay off, could Daniel Jones become a top 10 quarterback?
Look, that's a lot to ask out of Daniel Jones.
No.
Like, could he be down the road? Sure.
Oh, Tom.
But if you're expecting top 10 quarterback out of Daniel Jones in year 2, I just think your expectations are a little bit too high right now. Like, maybe Kyler Murray could be top 10 in year 2, but even that's a lot to ask for given how good quarterback play is right now.
I think that's the other issue. I think, it's not so much a shot just at Daniel Jones. We are spoiled right now with some really, really talented quarterbacks. So, Ida Boss, it's a good question. King Higgins, what's up, my dude? Which first-round rookie from this year's draft has the biggest bust potential?
So, King, we did that video. You can literally just type in Chat Sports bust potential on Google. It's like the first thing that pops up for you. It's Jordan Love, who just signed his deal, by the way, officially, fully guaranteed, as most rookie quarterbacks are. Contracts are. This is like the latest first-round pick that got that, though. It's Jordan Love. He was so bad last year, so good in 2018. That screams bust potential, especially for an offense that I'm curious how it will play.
I'm actually going to disagree. I actually think that Tua has big bust potential. Not because I don't think he's great, but the injuries do scare the heck out of me. And there's actually a scenario in my head where, honestly, if Tua got hurt again, you have a 5th-round pick. What if he doesn't get on the football field? That's a big concern to me. So both quarterbacks, though. Jalen, which second-year quarterback will have a big jump with their new offense? Kyler Murray, with DeAndre Hopkins, or Drew Lock and their young offense?
Jalen, I know you are a Broncos fan, so please don't take this personally when I say it, but I believe it is clearly Kyler Murray.
Yeah.
The addition of Hopkins, as good as I think Jerry Jeudy will be, as much as I like what Denver's done, because I do, Hopkins to that team is a massive addition. That is a bona fide top 5 receiver in the NFL. Maybe Cortland Sutton could get there one day or Judy could get there one day, but they're not all that close right now. And Murray is simply a better quarterback based on what we saw last year. It is reasonable to be excited about Drew Lock and his future.
I get it.
It's based off a 5-game sample size that they won, but Lock was not lighting the world on fire necessarily. Now, wins, of course, they do matter despite being about to evaluate individual players. But I think it's pretty clearly Connor Murphy, even though I do think Denver fans should feel optimistic about that future.
You said bona fide. When Manscape's a sponsor, you actually have to say bona fide.
Okay, bona fide. My bad.
Thank you. So, Manscaped is going to give you some fireworks in the bedroom, but I want to know, what are your 4th of July plans where I want to see some actual fireworks? Now, I have a family cookout, and I'm going home. I'm excited.
Family cookout.
Yeah, well, I kind of choked on my words, Manscaped. What are your 4th of July plans, all right? So, fireworks. Those are my plans. I plan to eat a lot. I want to hang out with the family.
Sit around doing nothing.
Nothing?
I'm going to cook out on my grill.
On your grill with your push mower.
Yeah.
Cook out with your push mower. Troy Daniels said stay home. I think that's fair. Barbecue. Somebody said it's his birthday. Jacob T. Happy early birthday. What are you, 12? And seeing a lot. Watching some chat sports videos. All great ideas to do on 4th of July. Go to Rashard Lee now with the next question here, and make sure that you're using hashtag NFL. Should the Cowboys sign Logan Ryan? Tom, I'll let you handle this one.
I think no. Logan Ryan's a fine nickel corner. He's probably a good nickel corner, but they just paid Anthony Brown to do that role. They have Jordan Lewis on the roster. I don't think it makes a ton of sense for the Cowboys to go out and throw big-time money at another corner when they've got bodies already. They don't need more of those. So I say no on that front for the Dallas Cowboys.